watchers, and welcome to the movie review today. I've just finished watching this really good film. Really, it's the first time I've actually watched this, and it's a 1980 film, same time as Friday the 13th. So I think that was 1982. And it's a film called I'll do this with another movie review, of course. There's a film called The Burning. I watched this tonight. It's really good. And I was like, wow, what a film. Now how does the story go? You know, so it's about this it's about this it's about this caretaker who gets burned alive because it's like these kids play a prank on him. They play like a prank with these kids at the beginning of the film, right? It's like at the start of the film, right? These kids are like some kind of cabin, they're in some kind of camp thing, right? And it's this caretaker that they're like called Cropsy, is it? Cropsy, yeah. And they play this horrible prank on him, right? Because the guy doesn't like him whatsoever. So they go to his like where he sleeps, right? And one of the guys, what does he do? The other guys are outside watching through the window, right? And he's like sleeping, called Cropsy, and not much of a scary name though. But anyway, so one of the guys puts his like skull on the table right next to him while he's sleeping, and so they're trying to wake him up, right? There's like candles, they like the skull up, right, to scare him. Of course, the problem is the thing's on fire. It's got like candles on it. It's like a creepy looking skull. Sometimes that wouldn't have scared me much or anything. Anyway, it's creepy as well. Well, it's creepy after you wake up and you see that creepy skull on you. Anyway, it sets fire to him by accident. It's a completely bad prank that goes completely wrong. Of course. So it goes completely wrong, you know. So he's on fire, right, and then he drops into this like water. His thing, you know, like drops in like he drops in water like a pond or something. It drops down into his thing, and the film kind of goes forward a week later where he's in hospital. And of course, they can't do that about it, because these two guys are talking, right. Yeah, it goes like a week later, and then these two doctors like talking, saying, "Oh, should see this guy, right?" Of course, one of them trying to show the other one, just because he wants to be a doctor. The other one, so I'm not sure why, you know. Anyway, so he's like trying to show him thing in his face, cops his burnt face, right? So they go into this like he's in this like machine keeping him like alive or something. I don't know what it is, keeping him breathing or something. Stable, I suppose. But then he grabs his arm and he's like, "Oh my god!" You know, he's scared the shit out of him, right? Of course, the film fast forwards 5 years later, and where they release him because they can't do nothing about his skin or anything, nothing about him, so he's like completely pissed off. I suppose in a way I can see why he's pissed off, but you know, he's a complete loony. So yeah, set the cover out, it's fantastic. So yeah, so like I said, it's called The Burning. So that's why it's called The Burning, because the guy's on fire. So anyway. Like I said, the film goes 5 years later, he gets released, and then this hooker like takes him to his to her apartment, which is a stupid thing to do, because he kills her. It's a bit of a spoiler there. It's quite violent actually, this film. That was quite wow. This death scenes are fantastic in this film. It's got some fantastic death scenes in this film. Just think Friday the 13th with a slight bit nastier. It is very much Friday the 13th this film. In a way, it can be. I suppose in a way, if you watch it, it could be a Friday the 13th sequel, but it's got a big difference in it. The guy's not really the guy's not supernatural, so you know. So yeah. So yeah. Anyway. So yeah, the next way the film kind of goes to this camp where these other kids are there playing baseball baseball. Yeah, they're playing baseball, rounders. In the UK, it's called rounders, right? Anyway. But it looks like rounders, doesn't it? Anyway, one of the boys gets lost in the woods, right, of the forest. One of the girls goes into get the ball but then he's hiding in the woods, right, ready to kill her. But of course, just about kills her, almost. You know, good job. She was almost got killed then, and she just kind of finds the ball and she goes back. So anyways, the shower scene was pretty good. I like the shower scene. There's one part where it's quite a good. It wasn't really a prank with. There's one part where this girl's having a shower. It's blonde girl. Well, anyway, she goes to the house. She goes to have a shower, and next minute you can actually See almost you can see it naked, of course. You see a big breast and stuff. And I was like, oh, blimey. Anyway, so one of the guys are hiding, just trying to do a prank on her, so trying to scare her, because she has a boyfriend, kind of a boyfriend he doesn't like the guy much, so he's threatening him later on in the film. So yeah, there's the one funniest part in this film where the one these like I don't know what you call them, these floating things where they sit on them, right? And one of the guys has got like I think it's a pellet gun or something, and it shoots it's kind of a bullet actually, because he's got his girlfriend's blonde girl who's having a shower, so and he shoots him in his backside one. It's a pretty funny scene actually. That scene was funny. So he shoots his backside from a mile. It's a good shot actually, he does it, because he was bullying the kid, you know, the guy in it who tried to do the prank. What else happens then? There's one part with the canoeing, right? That's good, see. That's the canoeing part, because they go to this other part of the island or something, because it's like a camping spot where they live in sleep in these cabins, right? They go to this like another part of the island or something, and they're telling one of the guys who's, you know, there's a bit of a twist to who he is in the film. At the beginning of the film, at the end of the film, like, and he's telling a good story about Crosby, and actually seems to know a lot about him. And of course, there's his explanation at the end. And they're scaring him with a mask. This guy's wearing a mask, because that looks all burnt as all that. It's pretty fun actually. It's kind of made me jump a bit. The film. It's got some very creepy moments in the, yeah. So yeah, the telling the story. One of the guys goes to this like, and this the girl start making out and going to this like pond or lake. It's more of a lake than a pond. Nice lake pond though. Nice lake. But then he starts getting a bit forcefully trying to make out of him. And then she kind of gets pissed off with him. So they're both naked, right? So she leaves. But the thing is, alright, the clothes are like someone's took the clothes, and she's has to find the clothes, the knickers and everything. So she's putting the clothes back on while she's walking. But the thing is, she's getting separated from getting further away from the guy in the lake. So he's kind of like still in the lake, of course. This is because all the, like I said, all the group are like on this other part of the island. Wait, I don't know where it is actually. It's a part of the camp place. Anyway, it's got like lakes and stuff like. It's got so anyway, she walked. Then Cropsy pops out and kills her because she's just about to get. I don't know what she's got, a jacket, sort of knickers. I think it's the knickers actually. Then he murders her. Richie slaughters the hell out of her. Of course, then later on in the film, they're like saying, "Where is she?" You know, one of the guys in it. One of the guys is telling her, you know, where is she and stuff like that. And he's telling her what happened and says, "Oh, she just went off in a huff." You know, he's like, "Of course, either way." He did get a bit pissed off with her a little bit. So yeah. So anyway, but then they find out the canoes, the boats are like gone. You know, they think it's like, but then they think it's her who stuck the canoe. But then they say, "Wow, there's 5 canoes in the film." And there's five canoes because there's quite a few kids there in the film taking the canoes, and they're like, I wonder what the guy's like saying, "Oh, what the hell's going on?" He's a little bit worried. I thought, "It's not right here." So what they're going to do is build another canoe. Like, they have to do a pretty good job. They get all like woods, they get all wood and they build like their own like boat. The thing is, alright, some of the kids have to stay behind on the finger, while the other ones have to go back to the camp place. But then they see one of the boats in it, you know, the canoes. Well, did say boats, not really. Oh, but whatever. Anyway, I see one of the boats, right, moving, you know, and I'm thinking, and I thought there was going to be a dead body in there. I thought there might be. I don't want to spoil it, but anyway, they go towards the canoe. They go towards the boat right next minute. Actually, I forgot to mention the guy in it. You remember the guy on Short Circuit, the Indian guy? Is he Pakistani, whatever. He's in it. He plays one of the. He's like, I thought he looks familiar, and I go, oh my god, it's about Short Circus. I'm sure it is. You know the Johnny Five is alive, and he's in it. I think it's him. Right? It's definitely. It's got to be him. He sounds and looks just like him. So. It's not really a Pakistani though, because he's actually American, really, but he does it so well. So funny though. Actually, he had me fooled when I first watched it. I thought, oh, that guy's bloody. Yeah, it's so funny. Anyway, so what happens in it? Yeah, they go towards the boat. The next minute, boat face man pops out. Crosby pops out and he actually literally slaughters them all. Because there's a few spoilers in this film, in this review, and he slaughters them. I mean, I'm like, Jesus Christ, man! He actually kills them all. I just can't believe this guy's freaking. This guy's a complete stealth artist. You know, he's just stealth. He's cloak. He's like, he doesn't even need cloak. He just kind of like pops out from nowhere and kills them. Because he's just laying in the boat like just waiting, like waiting for someone to come. But anyway, then later on, the boat pops out from nowhere. They say, "Oh look," and they think that the kids on the on dry land think they're freaking playing a prank on them. And then, of course, then before that, you see like another part of the film where the two people, the blonde girl and the other guy having sex with each other, and he's kind of like, he goes out and having sex. I'm thinking he can't even climax in him. So he can't. There's no anticlimax. Well, actually, there is a bit of an anticlimax. So anyway, he goes off to find some candles, which is stupid because he leaves her alone. I mean, that's the stupidest thing to do, is leave your girlfriend alone. I'll never do that. I asked her to come with me, come with me safe. I I couldn't leave anyone alone like that. It's daft. So anyway, he goes off, and the girl's kind of like, and then Thingy comes and murders, he kills her, and Richard literally slaughters the hell out of her. Actually, you don't see her get slaughtered though. That's the interesting part. You don't see her get killed, which is kind of weird. So then he goes off, right, and the other guy, he's gonna get his collector. The other guy who's bullying, he follows him with him, and he sees. But then she's like laying there, right, and you think, is she dead? Of course, he pops out and slaughters him. He actually Actually, the strength is incredible. He actually picks him up. He goes like, he's got these like, what do you call them? Those like scissors, like scissor things. And he's like literally picks him up when he does it. He's like strong as heck. Yeah, really good film. So yeah, he kills him. And the other guy sees it, and then he goes back to the camp to tell one of the is it a counsellor or something? Counsellor, what we call it? A caretaker, whatever. No, not counsellor. Can't know what I'm on about. Sorry, I'm just rushing this. I'm rushing my view. Yeah, it must be careful. There's like who looks after the kids anyway, and he takes them to the where the girl was murdered. Of course, they find him. Of course, but then he's like hiding. So I don't know how he's hiding. He's like hiding beside her, and he just about catches the caretaker, the guy who's looking after the kids, and he goes after the other guy. Chases after the what's his name? I don't know the names of the characters. I don't. This is a shame. He goes after him, like, so. Of course, Thingy wakes up and he's like watching the girls like swim towards the boat thing, because they're like, one of the girls is kind of like just swimming towards, of course, to find the bodies on the boat, the man-made boat, whatever you call it. Actually, it didn't sink, that's for sure. Not like the Titanic. So anyway, he's like shouting, "Jesus Christ, man!" He's watching from above, right? And the other kid's getting chased by a fucking freaking Cropsey, yeah. Anyway, Cropsey gets hold of him, right? Gets him, and he takes him to this like. He catches him, right? Takes him to this like this rundown building. It's like a building, and he like puts his thing around his mouth, and he kind of like puts the knife on his hand, like the scissor things, you know what you call them, scissors. Shears, that's it. Shears. Puts his rusty shears right, kind of like stops them from moving and like that. So anyway, I think you can hear him shouting, right? He goes after him, right? The caretaker, the guy looking after the kids and stuff. The adult, so goes after him, right? Of course, there's like, it's creepy as hell, He's like looking around for the next minute. Something happens, right? And he kind of like falls back. I won't say what happens because then I don't spoil it too much. He goes back into this like, he crashes straight through this finger. He gets back up next minute. You can see him like kind of stuck. You kind of see him stalking a little bit. I think his character Crosby. You can hear him like you can hear Thingy shouting. Oh, I don't know how to explain this. You can hear him shouting, and he's like, You can hear him shouting the guy who's been taken by Crosby, and of course you can see him with this like flamethrower. He's got this like flamethrower. I don't know where he got it from. I wonder if I myself a flamethrower. Where should I find one? I'll just look over. It'll be there when it's there. Anyway, Crosby, like, I thought, the funny thing is, I thought he'd be terrified of fire, because if you get burnt alive, right, wouldn't you be scared of fire? You'd be terrified of it. Hell, it's crazy. Anyway, because Michael Myers was scared of water. Michael Myers was, not Michael Myers. And Jason Voorhees, he was scared of water, kind of. He kind of was. He was scared of water. Some films he wasn't, but anyway. Because he drowned in the water, didn't I? Drowned when he was a kid. Anyway. What happens there? You see him with the... next minute, you see a flashback of the incident that happened with Crosby when he got burned alive. And then I won't say who the character was, but it's like a good twist in it. Not the best twist in the world, but it's a good twist. It's a nice little... You think, I know who that guy is now. So anyway... So yeah, so it's like a kind of scruffle, and he almost, he's like trying to burn the guy alive, right? The next minute, Phoenix somehow managed to set himself free and stab him with the shears from behind Crosby. And then of course there's a helicopter, and then it's actually the woman's on this was on this boat, the speedboat, right? She's like trying to get to the part of the art. Of course, the police are gonna, the police are supposed to be on the way. That's another part of this film. She's like on her way to the, I don't know, where they are anyway, so. Anyway, it's like, he gets stabbed right, and then he steps himself, in the next minute, he gets stabbed right, and then they're both ready to leave the building, right? The next minute, he comes out from nowhere, right? He's still alive, of course. Shows you how kind of unhuman he is, because he doesn't look very human. He looks a bit like, I suppose anyway, Nemesis from Resident Evil, the boat. He looks a bit like him, a little bit scarier. Was it Nemesis? There's another character in Resident Evil. He has kind of like a creepy face on him. So anyway, the next minute he gets the axe right and wham! Right through his head. The next minute, thing sets him on fire. So it's like overkill for the character. I loved it. I found it was freaking great. It had such a good storyline too. It's not your typical slasher movie. It had a story to it. I think it looked great. The practical effects are fantastic. Where they did the face and everything. I did like it. I thought it was fantastic. So, like I said, I'm going to give my review between 1 and 10. So, 1 and 10. So, 1 and 10. So, yeah, that's the last part of the film. It's like a overkill scene where they actually kill him, make sure he's dead. Then you think, is he dead though? He has to be dead because he got stabbed through the back, axed and burnt. In no way can he survive that. Impossible. Of course, at the end of the film, right? There's like one of the characters is telling another story about it, and I think, was he one of the kids in the vehicle? I don't know, it looks kind of old actually. It was like 5 years later or something. 5 or something years later, so yeah. But yeah, really good film. So yeah, good horror film. I did like it. I did like the acting was great in it. The practical effects are fantastic. The death scenes are actually better than Friday the 13th Part 1. Those death scenes were good, but I think these upped it a little bit. The gore scenes. So yeah, I'm trying to think what rating I'll give this. Okay. So what the rating I'll give this film, The Burning. Like I said, if you've never seen it, check it out. It's definitely worth a watch. Really fun 80s slasher movies. Really, really very 80s, but it's got great, it's just got a great atmosphere straight away. And the guy in it, he plays the killer, he's just creepy as hell. I like the fact you don't see too much of him. Of course, now sometimes you see too much of bad guys. And I don't know, sort of villains there. So anyway, the rating I'll give this film is a solid 9 out of 10 for this. 9 out of 10 for The Burning, because I don't want to give it lower than that because he might actually come after me. This guy might come after me and kill me for not giving it a 9 out of 10. So yeah, 9 out of 10 for The Burning. Really good film. What's that noise? Only joking. Anyway, so just making sure he's not hiding behind that door somewhere. I was ready to kill me. So if you're behind that door, go away. I'm not interested. Anyway, so oh no, he's not behind that door. He's hiding. He's too afraid of me. Cropsy is too scared of me. Yeah, crops say go away. Anyway, so I'm gonna. Actually, I'm creeping myself right now for saying that. I don't know why it's creeping me out. Anyway, 9 out of 10 for The Burning. Because I'm on my own, you see, so I'm like, ugh, it's creepy. You ever watch a horror film where you watch a horror film at night, right? Like a creepy film, like a supernatural one, and then you go downstairs, like, it's all dark and stuff. You think, I feel a bit uncomfortable, you know, you get that. Oh. Anyway, so 9 out of 10 for The Burning. I better stop now, it's doing me head now. 9 out of 10. So anyway, guys, before watchers, before I go off, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Hope you have a nice evening. Like I said, you've got to watch it. If you've never seen it, watch it because you deserve to watch it. Bless up. I can't believe I just said that stupid thing. Oh God. So I've been watching Pratt things this week in God Gives to Woman. So anyway, have a nice evening, watchers, and then, like I said, watch The Burning. Check it out. It's worth watch. It's like Friday the 13th, but slightly bit more. So yeah, have a nice evening. Have a nice day, and better get going. Bye. Enjoy.